Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Round number one of the Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder Racing League. It is time for the Mimi's Makings and Motions Super Late Models. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Zach Newton. Zach, we get set for qualifying right now, and tell you what, like what we've already seen so far, some fantastic racing over the fixed pro late models, over the UMP modifieds, and now the Super Late Models. It's their turn to turn it on.
Absolutely. The whole show kicks off right now, the main event. I mean, he's making the motion super late models. Trevor Fitz on track, taking time right now, 2.5 minutes or so left of qualifying. Shout out to Dixon Slinger getting his first World of Thunder win in the pro late models. And then 0.02 of a second, the difference between Blake Cannon and Dylan Wilson in that modified race. You see Ryan Underwood go. He's now fourth quick after Fitz puts in a lap. Shad Prescott with a 12.6. Davin Cardwell jumps in front of him with a 12.662. There you see Dixon Slinger on your screen, 8th quick right now. So we are seeing some fast laps turned in early in qualifying in this one. And we've got a show coming at you here. There you see Devin Morgan, first time we've seen him on track tonight. There's Dylan Wilson, the runner-up in your modified series. And Brett, we've got a lot of talent in this field, as we do every year, as we kick off Season 11 here at the World of Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. Talent from top to bottom. Nick Cooper just went quick time, but it was only for a split second. Evan C. with a 12.624. Dylan Fox jumps to third, make that fourth. Zach McSwain with a 12.687. Man, you look at the top 10, they're separated by about 1/10 of a second. As Wilson going to lay down a little slower lap time, but I mean, we've still got some names to qualify. The likes of Blake Cannon, JD Brown, Ethan Toda, Blake Majulis, who you're seeing on screen right now, and they're all trying to beat a 12.624 of Evan C.
Yeah, you could throw a blanket over the top 10, probably really the top 15, honestly. As you look there, there's Blake Majulis goes 13th quick. That's something you don't see every day. We'll see if he can sort that out for lap number 2, get around here a little bit faster. I don't believe can. He's going to go to 11th quick with a 12.707. Here you see Blake Cannon, who came off a runner-up finish in the pro lates, and a win in the mods again by 0.02 of a second. He goes second quick. This is these guys are hauling ham around Limaland here tonight, Brett.
Absolutely. JD Brown, meanwhile, only driving into the 12.5s, a 12.588. That's going to put him on pole for heat number 1. And I'm looking at 38 cars have taken a lap time. And JD Brown, if that's the case, I dare say we're looking at probably 4 heat races on the program. Maybe 5, just depending on how many, but yeah, going off what we've seen in the first 2 races, or 2 season opening races here with the World of Thunder Racing League, you generally see about 8, 10, 11 cars generally around that vicinity for heat races. So again, if we have the 4 heat races, we'll take the top 3, which will put 12, which means we'll take 8 from the B main rather than 2, like what we've seen in the UMP modifieds. As qualifying is done and dusted, let's go trackside, take a look at your official qualifying results coming up on screen. And yes, confirmed 4 heat races on the program. JD Brown for Slick Sim Sports going to put it on pole. Heat race number 1, Blake Cannon, Evan C, Zach McSwain, Nick Cooper, Dylan Fox, Dylan Wilson, Davin Cardwell, Drew Hopkins, and Richard Murtaugh Jr. round out the top 10. Heat number 1, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. JD Brown in the 14 on pole, and he's outside the high side hustler, the New York Thunderbolt of Nick Cooper, out of position number 2.
It's the Rock Castle Rocket of the 157 machine for Drew Hopkins Racing. That is none other than Drew Hopkins. Outside of him, in the 13, it's California native Jerry Flippo.
And if you want to slide into this guy's DMs, always got to look at the 112. Devin Morgan will start position number 5. And you better believe it, it's not going to be his fault this time. Dustin Sizemore, the Speed Inc. $1 Million Motorsports number 11, will start position number 6.
7th on the grid is Baby Barry himself, Hagen Sorensen, in that 45 machine. To his outside, Sasquatch. It's the Winchester Wildman, Chase Hardy, in the 116.
And your 5th and final row in car number 2, position number 9, that'll be CJ Howell, and he's outside of the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, number 19, position number 10, Donnie Batiste. And CJ Howell, in fact, did not make the call for tonight's opening heat race of the night, so that'll put 9 cars. But again, Zach, we're still going to take the top 3 into the main event. Everybody else, it'll be alphabet soup time.
Absolutely, Brett. You know, you hear, if you're used to the World of Thunder, you hear there's only 38 super late models here at Limaland this evening, and you think that seems uncharacteristically low. We've actually switched, and the Mimi's Makings in Motion super late models are now an invitation-only series. So you have to be invited to run these races. We wanted 40 or so of the best drivers in the world, and we've got them here tonight. 38 cars take time. And on the pole, front row, it's J.D. Brown, Nick Cooper to his outside, Drew Hopkins, a former World Championship driver, Devin Morgan, Dustin Sizemore, as we are underway, Brett.
Green flag is out. Brown and Cooper keep an eye on Flippo and that 13 machine on the outside. Brown slides up. He'll take the lead down the back straightaway. Cooper will now look to the middle of the racetrack. Hopkins, meanwhile, on the inside. Now they're going to make a 3 wide with Flippo and Devin Morgan, but J.D. Brown will lead lap number 1.
He's making some motion super late model series, not disappointing so far. It's J.D. Brown out in front of Nick Cooper. Cooper looks to the inside. Flippo runs third. What a run for Jerry Flippo this would be to go straight into the A main of his first World of Thunder. Mimi's makes his motion super late model start.
Yeah, Cooper now closing in on your race leader, J.D. Brown, as he'll enter up 3/4 of the way up the racetrack into 3 and 4. 3 laps in the books, 5 remaining here. Brown, Cooper, Flippo, the top 3 as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Morgan and Hopkins still side by side. Hopkins in that 157, you cannot miss that one.
Yeah, you absolutely can't. Hopkins is a big fan of real-life racer Michael Chilton, and that car is inspired, but he's got the pink for breast cancer awareness this month for October, so that is why you see the pink color on there, but out in front it's all J.D. Brown. Hopkins has his hands full, a whole lot of Devin Morgan in his rearview mirror right now as J.D. Brown leads another lap in this one.
Yeah, ran the slaughter line into turn number 1 and 2 there, Cooper. Trying the middle at both ends of the speedway. J.D. Brown, popsicle sticks are out for the driver from the Slick Sim Sports stable. Into turn number 1 and 2, 2 laps to go for Brown. Cooper again closes in, gets a good run. He'll now look to the inside. Will he go the slide jump into 3 and 4? Yes, he does. I'll make a little contact. And Nick Cooper now going to have the lead down into 1 and 2. Wide is out, Zach.
J.D. Brown gets a healthy dose of right rear from Nick Cooper. Now Jerry Flippo's to his inside. Cooper's going to walk away and win this one, it looks like, as he rolls the bottom through 3 and 4, slides up the racetrack. He is going to take the win. J.D. Brown, Jerry Flippo, Devin Morgan will rest 4th place from Drew Hopkins. And Hopkins will go to a B main as we'll give you your full field rundown here in heat number 1.
Nick Cooper will officially get the win. J.D. Brown second, Jerry Flippo in third. As Zach said, those 3 drivers going to the A main. 40 laps of distance here tonight. Morgan, Hopkins, Sizemore going to a B. Sorensen, Hardy, Batiste, and CJ Howell off to a C. Heat race number 2. We'll take a look at your ultimate dirt to the starting grid. And it's a star-studded lineup once again. Blake Cannon for Swindell Speed Lab will start on pole. On his outside for D1RT, the 999 of Dylan Fox.
A little bit of bad blood in row number 2. On the inside, it's Richard Murtaugh on the 33, the Little Rocket. Outside of him, it's Ryan Underwood, the Lawnmower, in Team VLR entry number 46.
Trevor Fitz in the D1RT number 28 machine will start position number 5 on his outside. He is a Season 2 or Season 3 Super Late Model World of Thunder champion, the 17 of Aaron Kitchen, position 6.
Kyle Dersham will start in 7th in the 93. Outside of him, it's the big deal, Ethan Toder in the Newton Cattle Farms Racing number 123.
And run number 5 inside, position number 9, the Krebs Family Racing 68 machine. It is Bo Krebs to his outside. In the Slam Sim Sports number 28 machine, it'll be Mason Lobb.
So again, 8 laps the distance, top 3 to the big show. You've got 4 guys there who could absolutely win this heat race in Fox, Cannon, Murtaugh, and Underwood. We're going to have to see exactly how this one shakes out, Brett. Should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Interested to keep an eye on that second row in the fixed pro late models. The sort of the last couple of laps between Underwood and Murtaugh. We said Murtaugh come off better in that one. But what will happen here? Heat race number 2. Blake Cannon gets on the loud pedal. Murtaugh looks to immediately to the inside. They'll go 3 wide. Underwood from there, down from the top, down to the inside line into 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, Underwood rolls the bottom real hard through 1 and 2. He bounces off those buried tires just a little bit through 3 and 4. He and Murtaugh are side by side down the front straightaway. Out in front it is Blake Cannon and Dylan Fox. Underwood currently has 3rd. Murtaugh's going to want it back down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Murtaugh just caught the backstretch wall with the right rear quarter panel. Is now Fox gets up on the inside on Blake Cannon to make a little contact. Now there goes Fox into the wall. Murtaugh may have given him a little bit of a bump, but again, we stay green here in heat race number 2. 3 laps in. Fox going to drive it in deep into 3 and 4. Underwood now moved into 2nd position. Now trying to run down your race leader, Blake Cannon. Give Blake Cannon the top side and free rein out in front. He's going to be very, very tough to beat as Murtaugh nearly gets into the back of Underwood. And it's Fox, coming into the back of Richard Murtaugh. So Murtaugh right in the thick of things. Yeah,
Murtaugh gets some receipts back from Dylan Fox, and they might not be done just yet. But look at Aaron Kitchen and Trevor Fitz in there. They're starting to throw their hats into that ring. Out front, though, Blake Cannon's starting to drive away from all this nonsense, and he's probably pretty excited to be free of it. Ryan Underwood now starts to check out, but there's 5 guys you can throw a blanket over looking for that 3rd spot. Here comes Ethan Toder from the back of the field. He's up to 6th.
Yeah, Toder and Kitchen and Carl Dersham as well. Down into 1 and 2. We go 1 by 2 by 3 out of 10 of 2. Toder into the wall. Kitchen goes nearly upside down. Meanwhile, out in front, Blake Cannon gets the white flag. Final lap here in heat race number 2.
Blake Cannon looking very comfortable in this one. Underwood's very fast on the bottom, but he doesn't quite have the momentum to keep up with Cannon, who's up on the cushion. Cannon is going to walk away with this one. You can see Underwood come off the bottom in 2nd. Dylan Fox in the 999 will get 3rd, and then it's Bedlam on back as Toder spins down the front straightaway. And you've got Dersham, Fitz, Murtaugh, Toder, Kitchen, Lobb, and Krebs, the rest of your heat race lineup. What a show that heat was.
Wow, there was all sorts of contact and really no one going around. Fitz going to end up a lap down. Cannon goes to the show with a win. Underwood going as well, along with Fox. And take a look at Carl Dersham in 4th. Richard Murtaugh, Ethan Toder, Kitchen, Lobb, Krebs, and Fitz top 10. Heat race number 3. Penultimate heat of the night, starting on pole. That'll be Evan C. for Team Victory Lane Racing in the 33 on his outside for D1RT. He's moved away from the... Oh, yeah. It's Dylan Wilson, position number 2.
Shad Prescott will start on the inside of row number 2 in that 20 entry. Outside of him, it's Brett Fayer in the 36.
Justin Sick in caliber 17 will start position number 5 on his outside for Slick Sim Sports, driving the 331. That'll be Dustin Hall.
On the inside of row number 4, it is the 41 entry of Matt Logan. Outside of him, it's Eric Scalf for HRE Motorsports.
And your 5th and final row once again, heat race number 3 in the Mid-South. Dirt Slingers, car number 92, position number 9. That'll be Corey Austin on his outside from the Midwest in car 34, James Ambrosius.
So again, 8 laps the distance, 3 to the big show, Brett. This one should be just as fun as the last one. You see Evan C. has moved away from the red and gold car we've seen him in for a long time. He's now in that gray and orange number 33. Dylan Wilson not in the Kool-Aid is his modified paint scheme. He's ran something similar to this number 80 now. For the better part of the late summer, Shad Prescott in the 14. My apologies from the lineup sheet as we get ready to get this one underway, Brett.
All right, heat race number 3. Again, a big heavy hitters here in heat race number 3. Prescott got an awful start on the inside of the 2nd row. Meanwhile, C going to slide up to the top of the racetrack out of turn number 2. He'll have him down the back stretch. Here comes Wilson. Right upstairs now, down into 3 and 4, but it's Evan C to lead lap number 1. Wilson now cuts back down to the inside as he goes the slide jump. Yes, he does. He pulls the trigger, but Evan C quickly evades the maneuver.
Yeah, C very smooth in changing lanes, running that cut down line and getting back to the inside of Wilson off of turn 2. C going to lead another lap. They are battling up front, though, as you see Wilson all over C's left rear quarter panel. Brett Fayer with a great run going right now, holding off Shad Prescott. Wilson and C make a little bit of contact, but no harm, no foul in this one. C leads another lap as we close in on halfway.
Yeah, halfway next time by the 33 of Evan C. Rain Slater, and here comes Wilson again. He'll throw the slide job down into 3 and 4 with Evan C. Quickly with the crossover down out of turn 4. Halfway home that time by Slim. C slides up in front of Wilson to make a little contact in the middle of 1 and 2. No arm, no foul for the drivers out in front, 1st and 2nd. Again, another shot being fired there by Dylan Wilson, but Evan C. as cool as you like right now, out in front, 3 to go.
Evan C. making cucumbers jealous with just how cool he is as Wilson fires that number 80, that big white number 80, right across the bow of C's number 33 entry, but he holds on. He's very smooth. He has got that thing hooked up around the cushion. It's almost robotic watching him turn laps as Brett, they come through 3 and 4. Wilson brushes the wall. C buttery smooth, and the white flag is in the air.
White flag is out at the start-finish line. It was about half a car length. Wilson puts the slider on into turn number 1 and 2. C back to the inside. Drag racing down the back straight into 3 and 4. C with a slider. Wilson with a cut down. Oh, they come together. C tried to take the line away from him. Oh, man, hard racing. We're going to leave race control to deal with that one. But Dylan Wilson across the line first. Shad Prescott, who I believe going to come home 2nd. Let's bring up those heat race number 3 results for you right now. We confirm that Dylan Wilson gets the win. Shad Prescott 2nd, and Evan C. gets 3rd just by the skin of his teeth. And man, I gotta say, Zach, these heat races, they are fiery tonight.
Yeah, we're having a great time here. It's the curtain raiser for the Mimi's Makings and Motions National Super Late Model Tour. Here's part of Mimi's Makings and Worlds from World of the Thunder Super Sunday. And Heat 4 gonna bang just like the first three did. Brett on the pole, Carolina's Zach McSwain in the 25. Outside of him in the 70 entry, it's Davin Cardwell.
Blake Majulis for D1RT Racing in the 127 will start position 3. The Midwest Motorsports, number 51 machine, your UMP modified, your Fixed Pro late model winner from earlier this evening, Dixon Slinger, will start position 4.
Starting in 5th, it's James Grayson in the 269 for $1 Million Motorsports. Outside of him in the 15, it's the North Georgia Rocket. Tanner Fold starts 6th.
4th row inside for Slam Sim Sports, driving car number 37. That'll be Brennan Weeks. On his outside, Brandon Freeberg in the 171, position number 8. And the 44 of Brent New going to roll off out of position number 9.
All right, this one should be a good show here. Cardwell in the 07 entry. Here it is, late model, not 70, as the sheet says. Zach McSwain sporting a brand new wrap for this, and then Blake Majulis, the big money man, in 3rd. Dixon Slinger, a winner tonight. Tanner Fold's competitive. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this race, and we are in for another 8-lap delight here in heat number 4.
Well, what are we going to see here in our 4th and final heat race of the night? Zach McSwain, Davin Cardwell on the front row. The Mimi's Makings and Motions super late models here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. We are green, and Majulis got an absolute blinder of a start. It's McSwain to slide up, Cardwell to come back through the middle. Majulis on the inside. They're 3 wide down the back straight away. Oh boy, lap number 1 is producing the goods here in heat race number 4. Zach McSwain will lead the opening lap.
Keep your elbows up because they're beating and banging. Barney, the iRacing flagman, as lenient as ever, as Majulis was nearly in the lead at the start-finish line. But they let the start stand. It's still McSwain, Majulis, Cardwell, Slinger, and Grace, your top 5. But they're dancing all over Limaland Motorsports Park right now. McSwain holding on to that lead, but Majulis wants it bad. Cardwell's got that last transfer spot as we come to the end of lap number 3.
Yeah, now keep an eye on James Grayson, that 269 machine. He's doing a fantastic job right on the bottom side. On the inside of Slinger, Dixon Slinger now that 51. He'll cut it from the top to the middle of the racetrack down into 3 and 4. Gets by Grace for 4th, and now comes after Cardwell for that 3rd position to go straight into the 40-lap main event tonight. But Cardwell has that spot at the moment. Oh, Slinger a little slower out of turn number 2 than what Grace would have expected. And Grace done well not to run over the back of him. So the battle for 4th and 5th between Slinger and Grace is heating up right now, with Grace with a slider on Slinger.
They're beating and banging back there for that 4th spot. Slinger's got it as he slides up the racetrack. Grace runs the cut down. They're side by side. Give it to Grace, I think, at the line, but just barely. Out in front, though, Zach McSwain starting to pull away from Blake Majulis, which is not a sentence you say very often. Pulling away from Blake Majulis just a little bit. That is Cardwell comfortably in 3rd as the white flag waves, Brett.
Yeah, the speed connection, the number 25 of Zach McSwain, a former driver of the Slick Sim Sports stable, down into 3 and 4 for the final time. He will get the win here in heat race number 4. He's going to start position 4 in tonight's 40-lap main event. Blake Majulis home in 2nd. He's going to start 8th. Davin Cardwell will come home 3rd. He'll earn himself a 12th starting position in tonight's main event as heat number 4 here at the Mimi's Makings in Motions at World of Thunder and Super Late Model main event. No heat 5, no heat 6, no D main required. As we're going to bring up the results just quickly. Heat race number 4 before we get into our C main starting grid. McSwain, Majulis, Cardwell, the top 3. Grace holds on to 4th. Slinger 5th. Folds, Weeks, Freeberg. And then we go back to Brent New. C main cars on track. 10 laps of distance. Top 4, they'll go to the B main. Let's take a look at how they line up here with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, it's Baby Mary, Hagen Sorensen in the 45. Outside of him, it's a former World of Thunder champion, Aaron Kitchen, in the 17.
HRE Motorsports, Eric Scalf going to start position number 3. And for Slam Sim Sports, Brennan Weeks going to roll off out of position 4.
Inside of row number 3, it's Sasquatch, the wild man out of Winchester, Virginia, Chase Hardy in the 116. Outside of him, it's Mason Lobb for Slam Sim Sports, the number 28.
Now the Mid-South Dirt Slingers 92 of Corey Austin going to start position number 7. And from Illinois, Brendan Freeberg will start position number 8.
Mid-South Dirt Slingers teammate to Corey Austin and Native Pride Racing driver Donnie Batiste will start in 9th in the 19. Outside of him, it's California's Bo Krebs for Krebs Family Racing in the 68, going off 10th.
Position number 11 in car number 36, it'll be the 013 will be Brent Fair, position number 11, and Brent New, the 44, out of position number 12.
13th starting spot is the Deuce. It's CJ Howell in position number 13. Outside of him, Trevor Fitz. Keep an eye on him. D1RT driver out of California starts 28th. Justin Sick in the 17. Shotgun on the field in this one. Again, top 4 transfer to the tag. The back of the B main as we look at Barry Sorensen on the pole. Kitchen on the outside of him. Chase Hardy back there in 5th. Chase calls himself the king of B mains, Brett. And we're going to have to see if he can get into 1. He's got to pass at least 1 car to do it.
Yeah, top 4 is where you need to be after this one. C main, 10 laps on the board. The Mimi's making some motion. Super late model. Season opener here at Limaland. 10 on the board. We're green as Sorensen will lead them down into 10 of 1 and 2. A couple of World of Thunder champions on the front row of Sorensen and Kitchen. But again, we'll go back and take a look at the 3 wide for the 4th and final transfer spot. Weeks, Lob and Hardy.
Well, there's a lot of contact on back, but it looks like everybody keeps it pointed forward. As there you see Mason Lobb in that 28 machine. Hardy collects one of those Ute tires. He upsets the car, but he's going to get around Brendan Weeks there. As you see Hardy slide up the racetrack just a little bit, trying to take that high line away from the 22 machine. He does just that, but that lets the 171 of Freeburg get up in front of him. They're battling like crazy for these last couple of transfer spots here in the back of the field, Brett.
Yeah, right now these guys are battling for 5th, 6th, 7th position. They were 3 wide, fair on the inside of Hardy. Hardy on the inside of Freeburg. They go 3 wide down into turnable 1 and 2. Once again, Freeburg makes a mistake. He'll lose 2 positions as Hardy now into 5th. All going to get by Mason Lobb in that 28 machine. He's got the 4th and final transfer spot on lockdown right now. Meanwhile, we go yellow for Justin Sick, I believe, in the 17S.
Yeah, and you saw Freeburg squeeze Chase Hardy into the outside wall down the front straightaway. As we go to the 17S and Justin Sick here in the back of the field. Looks like Krebs and the 22 make some contact, and unfortunately Justin Sick is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He loops it around on the back straightaway, and that brings out our first yellow, I think, of the night, Brett.
Yes, that would be correct here for this super late model lobby, of course. Pretty much, look, I'd say these guys are the real main event, but we've got one race. We've got the Pro Late Models Open Setups up next, and again, that'll after that one, that'll conclude round number 1 of a Sunday night. And glad to be back Sunday night here with the World of Thunder iRacing League. It's took a couple of weeks off after the Speed Week, and these drivers, they're refreshed and ready to go.
Absolutely, we've been a little bored on Sunday nights. I can't speak. You're in Australia, so it's sometime in the morning there for you. But my Sunday nights have felt a little empty without the wonderful World of Thunder racing leagues every Sunday, and we are definitely getting our money's worth here in this one. As Hagen Sorensen and Aaron Kitchen on the front row. You can see Eric Scalf diving to the inside of Sorensen. That might be a little bit of a problem. Chase Hardy gets a great restart, but Sorensen off to the races early in this one.
Not sure what Scalf was doing there on that restart, but here comes Brent Fair, the 013, in that outlaw entry right now. 3 wide, he's looking for the transfer spot. He's on the outside looking in at the moment. They come across the start-finish line. He may have just had 4th over Eric Scalf. The white flag is out, 1 to go, Zach.
White flag is out, 1 to go. You see Sorensen out in front, Kitchen in 3rd, Kitchen in 2nd, Fair and Lobb, it looks like, will cross the line as your top 4.
Wow, what a finish here to tonight's C-Main. Again, it was all on the line for these drivers. We'll take a look at your C-Main results here. Which 4 drivers are going to the back of the B? Hagen Sorensen, Aaron Kitchen, Mason Lobb, and Brent Fair will get those 4 transfer positions. And again, you got to wonder that restart with Scalf trying to peek to the inside before we even went green. Is that the move that cost him a potential position in tonight's B-Main? Speaking of your B-Main, let's take a look at your 16-car field here with the top 10 going through.
On the pole, it's VLR out of Carolina driver. It's the 112 of Devin Morgan. Outside of him on the outside pole, it's Kyle Dersham out of Ohio in the 93.
Now the ML Performance number 41 of Matthew Logan will start position number 3 in the 269 for $1 Million Motorsports entry. James Grace will start position number 4.
Drew Hopkins racing driver out of Rockcastle County, Kentucky, Broadhead, Kentucky specifically, in the 157 rolls off 5th. Outside of him, it's Kid Rocket, Richard Murtaugh Jr. in the 33 out of New York.
Dustin Hall, the 331 for Slick Sim Sports, will start position 7. Midwest Motorsports 51, Dixon Slinger out of position number 8.
Play the blame game in ninth starting spot. It's all his fault. Dustin Sizemore for speeding. $1 Million Motorsports in the 11. Outside of him, in the 123 entry for Newton Cattle Farms Racing, it's the big deal, Ethan Toder.
Position number 11, it'll be James Ambrosius. He's outside the Tenderfolds Racing 15X out of position 12. It's Tenderfolds.
Hagen Sorensen, Baby Barry, your C-Main winner in the 45. Outside of him, the runner-up, Aaron Kitchen in the 17.
Mason Lobb in the Slam Sim Sports 28 will start 15th, and Brent Fair in the 013 machine, he will start position number 16. 16 cars, Zach, top 10 going through to tonight's A-Main.
Top 10 into the big show, but these guys want to battle out for starting spots. But Devin Morgan's going to be tough to wrest that first place position away from. But don't count out Drew Hopkins, James Grace, Murtaugh, Hall, Toter, all these guys. Definitely going to be competitive in this one. And this track here at Limaland, very racy right now, Brent.
Absolutely, definitely 2, even maybe 3 lines here already in the B-Main. Oh, Dershman, Murtaugh into the wall. Here comes Toter now on the inside. Up inside the top 10. That 10th spot belongs to Tanner Folds in that 15X machine. He'll now look 3 wide. Dershman on the outside of Richard Murtaugh through the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide several times as a 51. If Dixon Slinger got tight through turns 1 and 2, he may have caught the tyre. And look at Toter up on the top side. 4 wide on a turn number 4.
Toter cleared 5 wide, like the rest of them were tied to a stump to go from, I believe, 10th. He's up to 6th. Now he and Murtaugh door banging a little bit there on the outside. Tanner Folds to the inside. Now he slides up the racetrack in front of Murtaugh. We've got a yellow flag. And we're going to go to our UD.
Whose fault do you reckon it is?
Oh, no, not Sizemore.
Let's take a look. The ultimate turn to be instant replay. Oh, Kitchen gets into the back of him. And Sizemore going to go upside down, and that will end his night. That's his fault.
I feel like Sizemore probably checked up. It really probably was. I can't even say it seriously. I feel bad for the guy. Sizemore, one of our favorite people here at Ultimate Dirt TV in the World of Thunder. He's a great guy. Was the voice that sang the national anthem here for a while.
Yes, we've still got that. It's just that now, because we don't have a lot of downtime here, we don't really get to play it as often. But during our other broadcasts, of course, when we get the opportunity, we definitely send a special thanks to Dustin for singing us the national anthem that we get to play every now and then. But lights are out. Zach, 7 down, 5 to run in tonight's B-Main.
Well, this 5-lap sprint is going to be a lot of fun. Again, we're taking 10 cars to the A-Main, so there's plenty of opportunity here. But these guys aren't content to just hang out back there. Devin Morgan way up on the cushion. He's very comfortably out in front. He's clear of Matt Logan and Drew Hopkins. Matt Logan putting on a real good show here in that D1RT number 41 entry. Drew Hopkins to the inside of him for 3rd. Hopkins right there on the bottom where he likes to be, down there in catfish territory. They're 5 wide. That feels irresponsible, Brett.
Absolutely. I've actually seen cars go, super late models go 6 wide here in a race that went green to check over 60 laps, and there was 20 cars in that race at one time. So yeah, Limaland is certainly producing the goods. Grace and Toter on the outside. Richard Murtaugh now trying his end on the top side. Slinger on his inside. 2 to go as Logan and Hopkins there side by side for 2nd and 3rd, and we are yellow. We're going into overtime.
So we're going to get a little free B-Main racing here in this one. We go to our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Get in touch with Brett if you'd like to sponsor these replays. As there you see the 34 machine. I believe that's James Ambrosius, and the 13 of Brent Fair. And yeah, just gets right into him, takes them out. They collect Mason Lobb back there, and that'll be probably the end of these guys' night.
Yeah, they're going to be back there in 13th, 14th, and 15th position. Of course, 16th occupied by Dustin Sizemore, who went upside down in our first caution in tonight's B-Main. So lights are still on. So we're sitting on 2 to green right now, and yes, it is going to be a green-white checker. I'm going to say Hagen Sorensen, he's sitting right on that bubble. If one car gets past him, you can just say the bubble has been popped.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full. There's a pack of wolves behind him, guys who would love to get into this super late model A-Main. And he is the last man between them and it. Great run out front for Matt Logan in this one so far. And then you see Devin Morgan there has led every lap so far. Pretty much par for the course for him. We'll see where Hopkins, Hall, Toter, and all these other guys finish up. But we've got 2 good laps of racing coming at you, Brent.
2 to run, green-white checker here in tonight's B-Main. Oh, Matt Logan gets turned by Toter. Logan, the yellow not going to come out. There it is, a little bit of a delayed yellow. Oh boy, it sucks for Matt Logan.
We just talked about how good of a run he was having. Let's see what happens here on our UDTV instant replay. And they got an okay start there, but it looks like Hall gets to his inside. Oh, he got loose. Hall got into him first. and he's going around already. Toter tries to get to the outside as Logan, I think, slides up the racetrack there just a little bit, and that's all it takes to get a little bit more help the rest of the way around.
Yeah, tough break there for Logan, who was restarting in that second position. Just a little contact there with Paul, and he was just sliding up, and I mean, he was in the slick, so there was really nothing that sort of Toter could do on that exchange, because Toter was already committed to the top side of the racetrack. Matt Logan, however, is going to go to the rear of the field. And again, another green-white checker, Zach. He's got to pass 5 cars in 2 laps. It's possible, but it's looking highly unlikely at this stage.
And it gets harder because when you have a caution immediately off a restart here at World of Thunder, we go to single file restart, so that makes his job that much harder. But Drew Hopkins is the benefactor, and he looks to the inside of Morgan as they go into turn 1 and 2. Is there enough grip on the bottom to stay with Morgan, who's fast on the cushion? I don't think there is, Brad.
No, the bottom side looks to be probably one of the slowest way around, but it is the shortest way around. We get the white flag. 1 to run. Hall now looking in the middle of the racetrack on the outside of Drew Hopkins. Hopkins, he gets the drive out of turn 2 into 3 and 4. Final time, Devin Morgan going to the show. Top 10, Dustin Hall going to come home second. Drew Hopkins third. James Grace fourth. Richard Murtaugh rounds out the top 5. Tanner Follins, Ethan Toter, Dixon Slinger, Aaron Kitchen, and Hagen Sorensen will round out the 10 cars in tonight's B main. Let's bring up those results for you right now, just to confirm that those 10 drivers, Morgan, Hall, Hopkins, Grace, Murtaugh, Folds, Toter, Slinger, Kitchen, and Sorensen. Unfortunately for Dersham, Fair, Logan, who end up getting back to 13, Ambrosius, Long, and Sizemore, time for those guys to pack it up and go home. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt till we come back with the Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder Racing League and the Mimi's and Makings and Motions Super Late Model season opener here from Limaland. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder Racing League, the Super Late Models here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett Wheeler alongside Zach Newton. It's time for the main course here for our 40-lap main event. So let's go from the back to the front. Position number 22 will be Hagen Sorensen. On his inside, Aaron Kitchen, position number 21.
Position number 20 is the 51 in a Midwest Motorsports stable. Dixon Slinger, the winner of your DirtFan.com Pro Late Models earlier. Inside of him in 19th in the 123 for Newton Cattle Farms Racing. It's the big deal, Ethan Toter.
The 15X for Tanner Folds Racing. It is none other than Tanner Folds out of position number 18. And he's certainly got a rocket racing set up in that number 33 machine from New York. Richard Murtaugh Jr. will start position number 17.
$1 Million Motorsports driver James Grace in the 269 starts 16th on the outside of row number 8. Inside of him, it's the Rockcastle Rocket out of Broadhead, Kentucky, the 157 entry of Drew Hopkins.
For Slick Sim Sports driving car number 331, position number 14, that'll be Dustin Hall on his inside for TeamVLR.com. In car number 112, position number 13, that is Devin Morgan.
Outside of row number 6, it is the 70 machine, or the 07, excuse me, of Davin Cardwell out of Mid-South. Inside of him, it's Victory Lane Racing driver Evan C. in the 33 entry.
Now the 999 for D1RT Racing, position 10, that'll be Dylan Fox on his inside. He was a hard charge with the UMP Modifieds in caliber 13. Joey Flippo out of position number 9.
Uncharacteristically starting 8th, but still absolutely a contender. It's the money man, Blake Majulis in the 127 for D1RT. And inside of him is another D1RT driver in the 14 entry, Shad Prescott.
Yeah, trying to go position early. Ron Underwood out of position 6 and JD Brown position number 5.
Brett, you're just excited to be back racing. I am too. Zach McSwain out of Carolina in the 25 rolls off 4th. Inside of him, it's the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah. Dylan Wilson in the 80.
Blake Cannon in the 44 starts position number 2 on pole for tonight's 40-lap main event. In caliber 35, it is Nick Cooper. 40 laps on the board. Let's get naughty for 40 here at Limaland with Nick Cooper and Blake Cannon. Leading us off turn 4 down to the 1 and 2 to go. Cooper runs the middle of the speedway. Cannon upstairs. Now Cannon back down to the inside slide job for the race lead. Cannon has finished second and first so far in the opening 2 events here in the Sunday Night World of Thunder Racing. Can he go and get another win? Wilson now to the inside. Here comes McSwain.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 4 you can put in one single small hat. Currently Nick Cooper on the pole as soon as, or on the top position. As soon as I saw Blake Cannon down to the inside, I knew we were getting a great big slider, and he's back committed to that outside line. You see Wilson go low, McSwain goes to the middle. Now the top 3 are on the top side, and Dylan Wilson poking around down there on the bottom has 3rd.
Here comes Cannon on the inside of Cooper. Cooper on the outside, and now Wilson on the inside of Cannon. On the middle, going 3 wide. McSwain now trying to cut it back underneath Blake Cannon, but Dylan Wilson and Blake Cannon side by side at the start finish line. 2 points per call as they make their way down the back straightaway. Cannon's got the advantage as down into 3 and 4. Wilson not giving up on that bottom side just yet.
Yeah, Wilson, big on commitment, has stayed on the bottom despite the obvious speed of the outside. Blake Cannon gets into the wall. McSwain starts to look underneath of Cannon. Can't quite do it, but that lets Dylan Wilson get clear of Cannon into second place. Out front, though, Nick Cooper starting to check out just a little bit as Blake Majulis gets into the wall there in 3 and 4. He's now got teammate Shad Prescott to his inside. He gets into the wall again in 1 and 2. Evan C. is now pulled past, and Majulis is having all kinds of problems back there. He's losing a ton of spots.
Yeah, no, look out, Dylan Wilson into the wall. We got Zach McSwain going upside down and walking down the front straightaway. We kind of missed that because we were watching Blake Majulis. He had his own issues. Let's take a look at your ultimate turn TV instant replay. Keep an eye on the AD to the left of your screen. The 25 of Zach McSwain. Let's see what happens down into 3. Oh, it was all started with a short slider from Cannon and Wilson. Caught the rear end there of Zach McSwain. That rear end, he was busted in that 25 machine. He'll have to go back to pit road, and if he drives it back, he'll be okay. But it's just getting that car back to pit road is going to be the struggle itself, and I think he's called the virtual tow. Zach McSwain back on pit road, and he is out of the event.
You hate to see that, debuting a new car for a new team for Speed Connection this evening. Blake Majulis is now on pit road. We'll have to see if he is just trying to get a new car, get cleaned up there after he had some contact with the wall. But Nick Cooper has looked very strong so far in this one.
Oh, Blake Cannon as well. He was strong in the opening handful of laps as well. How about Ryan Underwood now? Going to move up to position 3. JD Brown, who just come off a podium in the Grace UMP Modified Series as well. He's up to 4th, and Shad Prescott rounds out the top 5. Lights to hopefully go out on the racing.com pace truck this time by. If it does, we are set for a restart here in tonight's Super Late Model main event. The light's going to come back on.
So we're going to get maybe one more caution lap here, get this double file restart set up. Again, Nick Cooper, your race leader. Blake Cannon in second. Ryan Underwood, J.D. Brown, and Dylan Wilson, your top 5. Shad Prescott, I believe, is back there as well. We're in for a show here. There's nobody really outside of or inside the top 10 that couldn't get there and contend for a race win here in this one, Brett.
Well, the month for Halloween, we are certainly in for a treat. It's not trick or treat. We'll take treat any day of the week. Cooper has opted to start on the top side. Cannon on the inside. I don't think that's a smart move, considering that the restart is going to be on the 35 machine. Green flag goes out, he gets on the gas, we're underway. Expect the slider straight into 1 and 2 from Blake Cannon. There it is, and here comes Cooper to the inside. Underwood's there. Nick Cooper has it down the back straightaway. He's got him by half the car. Now Cooper going to have to run the slider line into 3.
Yeah, the exchange of lines is interesting there. Cannon has to go to the bottom where he's not nearly as comfortable. He's going to slide up the racetrack in front of Cooper. Cooper and Underwood both run the cut down line, but Cannon gets a great run off of turn 2 and holds on to the lead. Cooper slides up the racetrack in front of Cannon. Cannon crosses him over. JD Brown's on the bottom. Ryan Underwood's back there in 3rd place. We're about to have a whole lot of fun for the next 29 laps, Brett.
Yeah, looking forward to it now. Wilson gets by Prescott. Underwood and JD Brown going to go side by side, make their way in down the front straight away. Underwood's got it up on the top side of the racetrack. Wilson up there as well. Underwood just taps the wall with the right rear quarter panel, and here comes Wilson around the outside of Brown, 3 wide with Prescott on the inside. And keep an eye on Evan C, who's just biding his time at the moment. And here comes the triple 9 and Dylan Fox as well, making his way into the picture.
Absolutely 3 wide battle there between C, J.D. Brown, and Dylan Fox after Shad Prescott feeds J.D. Brown a little bit of the elephant air in 3 and 4. Ryan Underwood and Dylan Wilson dancing here in this one for 3rd. Out in front, though, Blake Cannon has gotten around Nick Cooper and started to drive away. We're going to see what Wilson can do with Underwood here as we work through the middle third of this race, Brett.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to chat to Nick Cooper after time. I'd love to get his thoughts on the lane change. Look at 3 and 4 wide into 1 and 2. C, Prescott, Fox, and Wilson. Wilson's got the better of those. What is now what's that? 6 cars battling, 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Prescott, that 14-man machine still working the middle of the racetrack. And we see now looking at his inside as Dylan Fox in the triple 9. Again, the C's just parted for him, and he had a free run on the top side. He passed those 4 cars behind him like they were standing still.
Absolutely, you're seeing a great 2-groove racetrack here. The bottom and the top are both pretty even right now. There's a lot of moisture down on that bottom side, and these guys are getting a ton of grip. You see Morgan shoot through the gap between Evan C. and J.D. Brown and slide up the racetrack for 8th there as Brown's descent through the field continues. Out in front, though, still Blake Cannon, Nick Cooper, Ryan Underwood, Dylan Wilson, and Dylan Fox, your top 5, but Prescott and C are banging on the door.
Yeah, they're trying to up the door now. The teammates Prescott and Fox running side by side for 5th and 6th. They've got their own other teammate in front of them of Dylan Wilson, so they run, the D1 RT guys run 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and just trying to look back to the other driver, Mitchell was in 21st it was, so I thought they had another one in there as well, but man, those D1 RT cars, look at them, they're nearly going to go 4 wide, they're 3 wide out of turn number 4.
Absolutely. These guys are all over the racetrack. Great run for Team D1RT, but right now, Swindell Speed Labs on the top of the leaderboard as Fox and Wilson and C make contact. And that, Dylan Fox is on his hood. He collects Hopkins, Sorensen, and Ethan Toder just a little bit as well as the yellow comes out here just past halfway.
Yeah, going to see what happens now. It's the replay. Now this all one final Wilson. Oh, man. I don't think there was any place where Fox could go. Wilson just got caught up into that outside wall. And especially with that opening just here, right there. He tried to turn the car because the wall actually comes back out on the back straightaway. And Fox, again, no place to go. And Fox, sort of the innocent party in that one, goes upside down, gets hit by Toda there. Sorensen nearly got him as well. Kitchener got a piece of him as well. And Dylan Fox, he'll have to call the virtual tow. Might have to get a lesson from Dustin Cycle on how to get that car back on all fours.
Yeah, he's on his hat there, and that's not where you want to be in this one, but that's going to definitely help Nick Cooper here. Blake Cannon looks like he's going to take the inside line on the restart, which is how he really got around Cooper as we are back under green. Ryan Underwood goes way down the racetrack. I don't know what happened there. What a mess, Brett.
Everybody tried to come to start. Poor old Blake Cannon. Surely there's got to be a yellow thrown for that one because the race leader is now back in 5th position. Everybody tried to jump the start, and Blake Cannon just said, you know what, I'm not going. I'm the one meant to be controlling the restart. So that was ugly as all hell. But Shad Prescott, the big beneficiary out of that one, he goes from about 4th or 5th into the race lead. Cooper runs in 2nd, now Evan C. And Ryan Underwood, the teammates battling for 3rd and 4th.
Well, let me tell you what, Brett Wheeler, there's going to be a whole lot of people beating down Stephen McMillian and BJ Duvall's doors about that restart. But Shad Prescott, the big winner, he gets into the wall. Now Nick Cooper and Evan C. go to the inside. They're 3 wide for the race lead down the front straightaway, but they think better of it into 1. C, though, now on the bottom, Nick Cooper there. There's a whole, we were talking about the D1RT guys, but now VLR has taken over the top 5 with C, Morgan, and Ryan Underwood right there looking for the race lead.
Yeah, the top 5, 6, 7 cars, it's almost like VLR versus D1RT. At the moment, you see the VLR cars, 2 of them on the bottom, that's Morgan and Evan C. They're probably in there along as well, those drivers. They just love to run the bottom, but they also can run upstairs. As Underwood makes a mistake in 1 and 2, the race is on for the lead. Seeing Prescott down to 3 and 4, 27 in the books, 13 to 1. Chad Prescott, the race leader.
Boy, some dramatic stuff here in this one as Cannon throws a big slider across Morgan and Underwood. He's going to hold on to 4th now. Morgan slides up the racetrack in front of him just a little bit. Underwood's right there in his hip pocket, as Stephen Pavilion would say. But out in front, Chad Prescott, Evan C. still side by side. Nick Cooper kind of on the outside of that battle looking in, but he's right there, makes up some ground off of turn 2 on Evan C. Still side by side for the race leading Prescott.
And Cooper had to check out big time down the back stretches instead of the free. Cooper now into the outside. Whoa, Cannon half spins the car. Oh, look how Dustin Hall going around Blake Cannon, JD Brown. It's all happening here on the back straightaway. We are yellow.
Ethan Toder gets swallowed up in another altercation again, but what a mess this last 10 laps has turned into between that restart and now the back straightaway. Here as we go to our UDTV instant replay in this one. And you're going to see there's Dustin Hall, JD Brown, Slick Simsport teammates. They're running hard side by side. Up in front of them, though, you see Underwood and Cannon and Nick Cooper get together on the outside wall. I think Cooper got into the wall and bounced out in front of Cannon, and Underwood was right there. They're right side by side with inches between those cars. And then I think J.D. Brown really kind of gets the worst of it.
Yeah, again, he was sitting inside the top 10, had a good piece underneath him here tonight, but again, just so caught, no man's land, wrong place, wrong time. And let's hopefully that this restart is going to be a whole lot better than the last one. And I'll tell you what, I mean, if I'm Blake Cannon, I'm wanting to be knocking on race control's door because, you've almost got to wonder why there was no yellow thrown. But again, we're not paid to worry about what race control is doing, because on this short of a racetrack, it is so hard to look at everything that's going on. You got 22 drivers out there on the racetrack, and then you got that sort of stuff. There's so much to look at. So, I'm going to excuse him for that one.
Well, Brett, I'm inclined to agree with you that there's a lot going on, but on a restart, when your leader goes from 1st to 5th before turn 1, you probably should have a gut reaction that something has happened that you shouldn't be happy about. But again, that's not our decision. It's above our pay grade. So we're just going to sit here and call it like we see it. Chad Prescott, your leader, Evan C., Nick Cooper, Devin Morgan, Underwood there in 5th. Drew Hopkins has made his way up. We're not out of the woods yet as we work with 9 to go. Blake Cannon has just stopped in turn 2.
I'm not sure if he's got some mechanical issues on that 44 machine, but again, he's probably not happy about how that last restart went. But I mean, he's had to fight his way back up into what was a top 5 position after the issues came there in turn number 1 and 2 with Nick Cooper catching the wall. I believe the lights are still on the pace truck, so we're just getting a delayed start here. When we go back to green, it's only going to be 10 to go as well, so it literally is a sprint to the finish.
Absolutely it is. We're in for a wild ride here like Mr. Toad and his buddy there at Disney World. It's going to get out of control. It's already gotten wild. Brett, I think it's entirely possible that Blake Cannon, you see him. He's no longer there at the inside of turn 2. Is he still on track? Does not appear. Yeah, he is out. I wonder if that wasn't some kind of protest from Blake Cannon about that restart, but the field bunches back up. He's been removed from the racing surface, and we're going back to green here in just a moment.
All right, just keep an eye on the lights on the pace truck. They are out, still off at the moment. Looking like we are going for the final 10 laps here in the Mimi's Makings Emotions World of Thunder Racing League for the Super Late Models round number 1 season opener here at Limaland. Chad Prescott, Evan C, front row. Chad Prescott, the 14 gets on the gas. Keep an eye on the 46 of Ryan Underwood. Down to the 1 and 2 we go. The VLI members nearly go 3 wide. Underwood and C come together, and Morgan swoops to the top side.
On the top side's looking very fast, and Devin Morgan's very good at running it. Evan C. and Ryan Underwood make contact off of turn 2, and you got to think Underwood can't be happy about that. James Grace now starts to inject himself into the proceedings as Underwood loses ground going to the top side here, but he's looking a little faster, a little more confident up there now off of turn 4. They're 3 wide there for 5th. 4th, Ryan Underwood still holding on to it. Devin Morgan, Evan C. and Chad Prescott, you're top of the lineup.
What about Flippo and Graves? Both drivers now battling inside for a position inside the top line. Flippo advancing all positions. James Graves up a 10 or 11 position depending on where he is at the moment. He's up 10 spots, 11 spots into 5th. We are yellow here with what is now going to be 6 to run, but man, I'm going to give a mention to James Graves. He has really worked his backside off. Started position 16 in this main event and now sits inside a top 5 position just as we go yellow with about 6 to run. Let's take a look. The ultimate dirt to be instant replay. It's the 17 of Aaron Kitchen. Gets into the side of that Cardwell. And tags Slinger. Then around the outside goes Sorensen. And Sorensen, well, he was already committed to the top side.
Yeah, Sorensen stuck up there against the wall, just tried to drive through it. Kitchen gets loose, and that brings out another caution flag. But man, are we in for a bonkers last 5 laps. Brett Prescott doing everything he can to hold on to the lead in that D1RT M14 entry. Evan C. is about to beat his door down to get to the lead, though. And then Devin Morgan's right there, as is Ryan Underwood. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm going to predict this right now. If Prescott and C stay on the bottom, Devin Morgan is going to win this on the top side. Pace truck is in. 6 laps to run here in the main event. The Mimi's making his emotions. Super late model season opener for World of Thunder Rising League. Green flag is back out with Shad Prescott.
All right, here we go, folks. 5 laps to run. Prescott out in front, C in second. Morgan go to the high side. As Brett Wheeler predicted in third, Ryan Underwood going to follow Morgan around the outside. Can he close the gap? This is going to come down to the wire. He gets into the wall there. That's not going to do it, Brett.
That's probably his race win out of the bag at the moment. But again, anything can happen here in the final 4 laps. Once again, closing in about 3/10 of a second back to the race leader, Shane Prescott. Ryan Underwood starting to put the pressure on Devin Morgan. Morgan got a good run through 1 and 2. Flippo and Gray still battling for 5th and 6th right now. I'm going to say Morgan's closing in once again.
Oh, we got a good show coming here with just 3 to go. We're going to get the sticks in the air this time by Prescott out in front. By a couple of car lengths, Evan C now goes to the high side. That could change things. Underwood throws a big slider on Morgan. He doesn't gain the position, unfortunately, as we come around. White flag next time by, Brett.
1.5 seconds to go here at Limaland. The Mimi's making his emotions. World of Thunder Racing League. Super late models. Round number 1. Shane Prescott for D1RT. Finds himself 4 turns away from victory lane. Down the back stretch. For the final time, round number 1 into 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, D1RT's Shad Prescott is going to go to victory lane. Second will go to Evan C. Devin Morgan home in third one. Underwood holds on to 4th. Jerry Flippo rounds out the top 5. And James Grace from 16th up to 6th, up 10 positions. Equaling a hard charger here tonight with Devin Morgan, who goes from 13th to 3rd. Boy, oh boy, what a feature race. Let's bring up those official results for you right now. Shad Prescott, the winner for D1RT Racing. Evan C for Victory Lane Racing home in second. Morgan, Underwood, Flippo, Grace, Hopkins 7th. Cardwell, Murtaugh, Brown, your top 10. Then you go back to Nick Cooper in 11th. Hagen Sorensen, Dustin Hall, Dixon Slinger, Ethan Toda in 15th. Aaron Kitchen, Blake Cannon, Tanner Folds, Dylan Wilson, Dylan Fox, Blake Majulis, and Zach McSwain. Zach, take a look at those last 4 names. Zach McSwain, Blake Majulis, Dylan Fox, and Dylan Wilson. It is a rare sight to see those 4 drivers finishing in the final 4 positions after sort of being taken out of the events.
Limaland is a fickle mistress, Brett. Bullring Racing will claim some of the best and the brightest. It's elbows up, you beat and bang back there, and the smallest mistakes can end your night in a hurry, and that, I think, is what we saw happen here. This quarter mile definitely has some teeth. What a great night of racing. We're going to send it to a commercial break. Brett and I will head down to Victory Lane. We'll catch up with your top 3 drivers right after this.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Ultimate Dirt TV, here in Victory Lane for the Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder Racing League. We're standing by with your race winner here tonight, driving the 14M for D1RT Racing, Shad Prescott. Shad, congratulations, buddy, man. That was an entertaining race. Talk about it from the cockpit of that number 14 machine.
They had that trouble on that restart that time, and when Nick went, I just followed him. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I just didn't want to get run over from behind, and after that, I wound up with the lead and was just able to hold them guys off.
At this racetrack, it was certainly a racetrack of two lanes. You're able to work the bottom side those last 10 to 15 laps. Did you think that was obviously going to be the quickest way, considering that, you know, you had Evan C behind you? He was also running the bottom. He was able to pass that number of cars as you made your way towards Victory Lane.
Yeah, I kind of figured the top would be fast there. It's usually pretty dominant, but I was way too free to be up top and had way too much gear. So I knew if I wanted to run up front or even good, I had to be on the bottom, and everything just worked out.
Well, you have a restart, or you have a yellow coming with about 6 to go. What was going through your mind at that stage, and did you think that you had enough that you're able to hold on for a victory?
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it mistake-free at that point, just making sure I got good restarts and didn't give it to him. And then after that, I just knew that I had to keep the car as straight as possible and try not to spin the tires. And he would have to find a way around me or wreck me, and he's usually really clean, so I knew he wouldn't do anything too crazy.
All right, well, you open up your Sunday Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder campaign with a victory here at Limaland. Shad, before we let you go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes. We know there's a bunch of them. Who gets it done for you? Who helps you out, buddy?
I think Eddie Livingston and all the guys over at D1RT. I haven't been on much here lately, and they helped me out a lot tonight. And I got to thank Blake Majulis, too, for being in my ear there and making sure I didn't do anything crazy.
All right, there we go. Shad Prescott there, the driver that comes home with the W here tonight. Speaking of W's, old Zach Dub going to chat with our second place driver.
So we bring in Evan C. Evan, great podium finish for you. Walk us through the mess that was that restart there around lap 30.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened there. I was cutting down to getting ready to step on the gas, and it's just, a car in front of me didn't go, and about spun around in front of me. So honestly don't know what happened, but I was able to pick up a couple of spots for that. So we'll take whatever happened there under that yellow, and
No, it's a great run for you coming home second. Good start to the season here in the Mimi's Makings in Motion World of Thunder iRacing League. Did you made the switch to the top there late in the race to try to get around Chad, who was pretty comfortable on the bottom? Did you think if you had a couple more laps running the high side, you could have gotten him?
I don't know. I mean, once he moved up to that kind of middle line, he was just as fast as me. He was kind of blocking me the laps before, and I felt like I was faster than him, and he moved up. He was definitely faster. So, we had some damage there. I don't know how much that was hurting us. I think we T-boned somebody like the second caution, and then sandwiched a couple people in the wall, and they got caught up 3 wide. So, I don't know how much that was hurting us. I was just trying to see if I could make up any speed on Shad and, maybe get a run on them and, get underneath them. It's going to be tough to pass them, though. But, overall, it's a good race. Definitely feel like we made some improvements for the race setup at Limaland. Kind of threw some last-minute changes in, and, it seemed to work out pretty good.
Absolutely. Any sponsors you want to thank for this effort?
Yes. Got to thank Jeff at Iris and Flag. He got this car together for me, this new car, and the modified also. So, got to thank him, everybody else on the car, VLR, FTP, Jim Emery, Next Level Designs, does most of my paints, does an awesome job, and Kevin Dedman, his band, Dirty Grass Soul. And just thank God for doing the broadcast, and Steven for putting on this series.
Evan C. comes home second tonight for Team Victory Lane Racing. Great open to his season. We go to another VLR driver who's with Brett Wheeler. It's the Devin Morgan.
Yeah, chatting with tonight. It's a hard charger after starting position 13th. He gets a podium. And, well, I nearly put the mockers on him there on that final restart. I was praising him to run the top and to win it. Unfortunately, one mistake cost him a chance at potentially doing that. But Devin Morgan, congratulations on this third place. Man, an absolute stellar run by you in that number 112 machine.
we had a really good car there, and unfortunately, wrong setup in qualifying put me starting back. But we made the best of it. Got to the top 5 with 10 to go, and then restarting third there with 5 or 6 to go on the. I think I had a piece to win it. Not quite good enough to pass them guys if they were in the same lane as me, but they were giving me the top. I was railing it the best I could, and car was really unstable going down the front stretch, and I just couldn't make turn 1 and 2 work to save my life, and that's ultimately what put me back to a third place finish position instead of more.
Do you think that if you had your time over again in those last 6 laps that you might have gone to the middle or the bottom, or were you pretty content on running the top side?
I was pretty content on running the top because I knew it was faster than what they were, especially right off that restart there. I think I posted off a 10th faster lap time than them, and then I was consistently faster next 2 laps. But then the mistakes just started coming in. Running the top instead of cut down line in 3 and 4 made it really unstable down the front stretch. But it was way faster, and it was just super hard to hit for me.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations here on this third place run in the season opener with the Mimi's Makings and Motions Super Late Model and World of Thunder Racing League. Devin, before we let you go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes. We know there's a number of people that help you, buddy, so we'll give you an opportunity to thank everybody that helps you out.
Yeah, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, NPM Marketing, YMX Classes, Jiffy Lube, Old South Trailers. I gotta thank Evan and Team VLR for bringing fast cars every weekend. I gotta thank Francis Marion Tire and Brake, Buffalo Bar and Grill, Superior Grading, Innovative Manufacturing Design, Elite Cars LLC, Upper Lower Class Automotive.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Morgan, third place here tonight, but Zach, that'll wrap us up from Victory Lane Interviews. But I got to say, Shad Prescott, he gets the win in the season opener.
Prescott wins the season opener. Dixon Slinger gets a win earlier. Blake Cannon Sandwich is one in the middle. We've got one more show to go. You and Wes Outland will be on that one. For all of us here at Ultimate Dirt TV, again, thanks, Brett, for producing and joining me in the booth for this one. We'll see you guys in just a little bit for the Pro Late Models presented by Warrior Logistics. That's all for me tonight, though. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you next Sunday. Well, actually, I'll see you on Tuesday for the inaugural Buck Simmons Memorial from Lanier with the Kentucky Dirt iRacing League. But, Brett, look forward to seeing you next week, man.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, again, a big thanks to, of course, World of Thunder Racing League and Rocket Racing Setups for their support here at Ultimate Dirt TV. We are so proud to have those guys come on board and supporting us and supporting sim racing until not too far away in the distant future. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of Zach Newton and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell. Good night. We'll see you back for the Open Pro Late Model set, the final part of the Mimi's Makings and Motions World of Thunder Racing League season opener from Limaland.